Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Why young men should date a Filipina? Well, one reason is, among many, is that loyalty still exists, even though some people think it doesn't. Are you a young man who believes that a relationship just not going to happen for you because, well, nobody is loyal anymore, nobody wants to get married and stick with it, so why should I even care? Well, we have all seen or experienced the ravages of divorce. I mean, my parents, did not stay married. And, we've seen the damaging effects on family. And probably people today think, well, it's just self-protective to not get married today. And so they're just not going to take any chance with dating either. And while there is some of that, I know a place where women still can be loyal and want to get married. That location is the Philippines. I should know. I've been married to a woman from the Philippines since May of 2015. I married her in Davao City, Philippines. Please subscribe here to Love Beyond the Sea. I'm going to offer marriage advice to young men because I care. I don't want them to wait till they're in their 50s to get married, and things aren't looking good in the West right now. And that's why I have a series called Why Young Men Should Date a Filipina. I think this might be number 18. I think I'm going to have maybe 5 more because there's a lot of reasons, and I don't want to take 4 hours to talk about them all. Please leave comments here, and they're going to be in a playlist on YouTube called Young Men and Filipinas. I'm going to have other videos that I've made in that playlist as well. We all can control how loyal we will be to our spouse, and that is a daily effort. Loyalty should result in being loyal to your wife, and it starts before that, even when you're dating. For instance, focusing on one woman and not one of many. That wouldn't make anybody feel special, and a woman in the Philippines will feel like you're cheating on her if you're taking up her time, getting her hopes, but then finding out, oh yeah, you're chatting with a few others too. Filipinas are family-oriented, and currently there's no divorce over there, so they must work things out or just be abandoned. There's much infidelity among Filipino marriages, unfortunately, so a trustworthy and loyal young man is what families want for their daughter. Expressing loyalty in your profile will get attention. By that, I mean loyalty to your job, your immediate family, your interests outside of work, especially if it involves other people. You must be able to show dedication to something, or she may assume a big deal like marriage will be too much for you to handle. Young men don't exactly have a sterling reputation for being loyal, even in the Philippines, in general. In fact, the Bible says in Proverbs 20, verses 6 and 7, most men will proclaim each his own goodness, but who can find a faithful man? Who can find a faithful man? It's not very common, but it's what a woman wants if she thinks she can identify one. It also says the righteous man walks in his integrity, and his children are blessed after him. That's part of the same verse. This can be challenging for men. The best benefits, I think, of a relationship occur in marriage, not playing the field or being alone doing your own thing. The sooner a young man can decide it is in his best interest to communicate with one woman who isn't going to be perfect, but who has some character, and commit to her, the closer he is to receiving commitment from her. Loyalty starts with you, and then a woman can follow. In my case, I had not had a relationship for, an embarrassing length of time. In fact, YouTube tried to ban me at first because they thought I was spreading misinformation that a guy could be without a relationship for so long. They thought I was lying, but you could count it in decades. I shared that because it showed I was trying to be loyal to the woman that I hoped would become my wife someday. The woman I married could have supposed that, man, I was just a big loser. However, she didn't see it that way. She right away told me she wanted us to chat with each other, just with each other. And that surprised me. I wasn't, expecting that. But after considering it for a few days, I decided that I would tell her I would do that. In fact, I remember like 10 minutes ago, even though it was over 8 years ago, messaging the other Filipinas I had been doing webcams with, and that was about 4 or 5 of them. And I told them, sorry, I've enjoyed meeting with you, whether it was just a time or two, but I'm going to focus on this woman named Isa. That's what she wants. And surprisingly, they all had no problem with it. In fact, they told me that's what they want. They want the very same thing from a man. Just focus on her. This also showed her some loyalty early on, setting the stage, and the rest is history. We were married after that long, long wait in the wilderness, being single. We were married in less than 8 weeks from the day I first saw her profile photo on Christian Filipina. And I have an affiliate link to there if you're interested in, checking out Christian Filipina, which I recommend for a young guy. There are young Filipinas there that do not want an older man. And I think, as I've said many times before, most of them would prefer a younger man, even if they say they'll take somebody, 20 to 80 or something like that. I don't really think that's what they want. I think that's what they think they're going to get. And as I've explained in recent videos, young men do have advantages looking to the Philippines for a wife. Since we were going steady at that time, we chatted on camera a total of 4 hours a day before I went to see her in the Philippines as fast as I could. And that affirmed my loyalty to her. There was no time to chat with other women. She rewarded me with her hand in marriage on a day, of course, I will never be able to forget. Loyalty matters when looking for love beyond the sea.